At the top of a rocky hill overlooking the cold, harsh sea stood a young man named Mark. This was his favorite refuge, where the wind seemed to be the voice of eternity, and the sound of the waves echoed with the rhythm of his own thoughts. Mark came out here because the world challenged him, and today's rejection of what he wanted made him seek answers in the Stoic principles he had been studying for years. Marcus Aurelius, the great emperor and thinker, once wrote in his Meditations, "An obstacle increases effectiveness. What stands in the way becomes the way itself." This was the first principle Mark turned to at that moment. He felt the bitterness of rejection. The woman he loved had chosen someone else. But was it really an obstacle, or just a new path? Mark took a deep breath and began to recall the other principles of Stoicism, as if he were opening a familiar scroll of wisdom. 1. Keep yourself calm. Calmness is not the absence of a storm. It is the ability to remain steady during it. Rejection is not a reason to destroy your inner world. Mark imagined that his mind was a lake. Storms throw stones, creating waves. But then the water becomes smooth again. He decided not to let anger or sadness flood him. 2. Focus on what is in your control. Stoicism always reminds us that we can only control ourselves, our thoughts and reactions. Mark realized that the woman's decision was something that was beyond his control. He could only influence how he reacted. 3. Perceive rejection as a training for the soul. Mark realized that life was a gym for his spirit. Every rejection, every obstacle is a barbell that needs to be lifted to become stronger. Rejection is not the end. It is a test of his resilience. 4. Failure opens up new opportunities. Mark recalled a story from ancient Greece. Once a sailor's ship was caught in a storm, and he lost everything. But when he found himself on a foreign shore, he discovered riches he had never dreamed of. Rejection is always a door that closes to open another. 5. Realize your power. Mark repeated to himself, "I am stronger than I think I am." Rejection only reflects the moments when someone or something did not respond to him, but his own strength remained intact. 6. Remember the finite nature of time. Each of us has a limited number of days. Is it worth spending them on the pain of rejection? Mark decided to embrace this thought and focus his energies on creating a better future. 7. Seek wisdom in rejection. Stoicism teaches us to look for lessons even in the most difficult situations. Mark began to ask himself, what can he learn from this? What did this rejection teach him? 8. Rejection is not the end, but part of the journey. Mark realized that his life is not one event, but many. Rejection was just one of many moments he would experience. 9. Don't look for external confirmation of your value. He knew that his value did not depend on whether someone chose him. As Epictetus said, it is not things that trouble us, but our ideas about them. 10. Give up the fear of loss. Mark realized that you can't lose something that doesn't really belong to you. If something is gone, it was never yours to begin with. 11. Seek harmony with the nature of things. Nature has its own order. Failure is a natural process, and you should accept it as a part of life. 12. Accept rejection as a blessing. Mark realized that rejection protects him from making the wrong choice. 13. Remember, you can always start again. Rejection does not mean the end. It's just a new beginning. Mark looked at the horizon. The sun was setting, painting the sea in fiery colors. He smiled. There was no more pain in his heart, only peace and strength. He realized that every rejection was just a step towards something greater. Stoic principles helped him turn loss into a tool for growth, and now he knew that he would become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. After all, it is obstacles that open the true path.